We have NHL Playoffs Game 2 tonight. First recap of last night's picks as well as the Discord since it is Monday. Last night we did absolutely amazing. You can see the slip went 5-1 and we got hooked on this tomato guy here. 24 kills out of 26.5. The second map was looking like it was going to go to OT. Unfortunately, it did not. It ended at 13-10. This was going to be a cash. Yes, Collier, we barely hit, but every point is going to count, and we got that right at the 36. Kyrie cashed that under 2.5, 3 points made very easily. So 5-1 on the slip that I actually gave in the video. Then I also gave some other picks. I gave Jaylen Brown under 6 rebounds. That cashed. I gave Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. That did not cash. That was the only NBA prop that did not cash because he got right at that 9 mark. And then the third pick I gave was Kyrie Irving under 2.5, 3 points made. Of course, that cashed. That was the number one play that I said was the best one. And then Jaylen Brown under 23.5 points also cashed. So that's 7 green props I gave out in last night's video and 2 losses. Can't be mad at that. If you tell this exact one, you got a double up and you almost cashed that 25x. But anyways, the bad beats have been crazy this weekend. I'll show you even on the Discord recaps. We actually basically broke even on Prizepicks. We did go up 9.35 units on underdog. So overall, it was a plus 8.95 unit week. Nothing crazy, but you scale it over 4 weeks and you're still up like 35 units in a month, which is absolutely great. But just look at the hooks from this weekend. This was from Saturday, and you can see Royce Lewis in the top of the 9th, basically. At his last at-bat, actually ended up getting the single. Everything else cash. So of course we get that 2x instead of 25x. This cashes were up 25 units on the week rather than just breaking even, which is very annoying. And that's not the only 2x. We also had this one in lacrosse. I mean, this one wasn't close because he had 0 goals. But still, look at his stack here on Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, both on the under basis. No one would do this because everyone's scared to fade the Dodgers. I'm not, and you can see it actually does pay out. People will never touch the unders on the Dodgers, but guys, you gotta get creative in your slips. So that's another one that we got hooked on. And then if we go up here, this one was also brutal. Rafael had 4 at-bats. He was gonna get another 2, but he got pinch hit for, so that was a brutal bad beat here. If he got those 2 more at-bats, he definitely was going to cash, because if you guys remember what happened versus Chicago White Sox Thursday, I think Boston scored like 14 runs, so he was going to loop through those at-bats, and I think this was going to cash. Then we have another bad beat here with another 2x and another one here. Austin Riley just needed 1 more base. So all that to say, it was a very unfortunate week, but honestly, sometimes you have unfortunate weeks, sometimes you have fortunate weeks, and in those fortunate ones, they're going to outweigh the bad ones. Look at these like 50 unit weeks, 75 unit weeks. This one could have been like 25 to 50, but maybe the next one will be, or maybe the one after that. In the end, we're always going to be up. Look at the graph. Anyways, get onto the actual board. For tonight's video, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go over to NHL Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And to be honest, I'm going to take the exact same slip that we took last time. If you watched the video from Saturday, I believe it was, when they played, I went over to the assist. I took Evan Bouchard on his over half an assist. He was the only prop that did not hit. You could see he hit in the past 3 to 5, but he did not hit in Game 1 versus Florida. Why? Because Edmonton did not even score a single goal. But the odds that Edmonton didn't score a goal are extremely low. It's not going to happen again tonight. And obviously, the more goals they score tonight to bounce back from that Game 1 loss, the more likely it is for Evan Bouchard to go over his assists. Despite that, honestly, he doesn't have juice towards the over or the under. I'll show you on props.cash. Evan Bouchard, half an assist. Yes, he did clear this in 6 out of 10 games. Yes, he was even clearing 2 assists in some of these games. But as you notice here, both on DraftKings and BetMGM, he's minus 115. Minus 115 basically means 50-50 chance to go over or under. But the reason I like his half an assist is because I'm going to be pairing it up with some other props, and it's going to all make sense once I build this format. So to pair up with Evan Bouchard on his over assist, I want to be taking Leon Draisaitl once again at the 2.5 shots on goal. He cleared this very easily last game. He got 4, and I believe 3 of those were in the first period. So pretty easy cash on that one. And the idea I went for this was that Evan Bouchard and Draisaitl are going to play on the same side of the ice. And what I showed you in the last video is that when Leon Draisaitl was clearing his over 2.5 shots on goal, he was scoring more often than not when he actually cleared his shots prop. It only makes sense, obviously, if he's shooting 3, 4, 5 shots, it's more likely he's scoring a goal. And if he is scoring a goal, since they're playing on that same side of the ice, it's more likely that Draisaitl is clearing that 2.5 shots on goal, which means Evan Bouchard is likely getting an assist from a Leon Draisaitl goal. Just to show you a representation of what I'm talking about, this is on the first power play unit. So basically, if there's a penalty in hockey, it becomes a 5v4, and you got Draisaitl at that right wing, and you got Evan Bouchard at that right defense. So normally you're playing in triangles in hockey, or you're doing like cross creases. But the idea is, if Evan Bouchard is passing to Draisaitl and Draisaitl is shooting and scoring, well, that's an assist for Evan Bouchard. That's 1 out of the 3 shots for Draisaitl. And on top of that, it doesn't even have to be exactly that, because in hockey, every second touch of the puck is going to be an assist. So Evan Bouchard could pass to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins could pass to Leon Draisaitl, and Draisaitl could score. That will still be an assist for Evan Bouchard, even though he wasn't that last passer. And same thing if it would be Evan Bouchard to Connor McDavid to Draisaitl. That is something you'll see very, very often on this Edmonton team. Now, Draisaitl's not on that main line with Connor McDavid, Hyman, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, but he still will be playing with Evan Bouchard. But he'll still play with Evan Bouchard because he is on that second line, and there is going to be a lot of pairings between these 2 defenders as well as these 3 guys here. On top of the fact that they're going to be playing together no matter what on that first power play unit. Now, Draisaitl's prop, like I said, he did actually cash it last game. If you go over to shots on goals, you're going to see juice on every single sportsbook, and pretty heavy juice. BetMGM at minus 135 towards the over, Caesars minus 146 towards the over, and DraftKings towards the over at minus 130. Take it a step further and look at Pinnacle 2, and you're going to see minus 135 juice towards the over. So obviously the correct play here is the over, and especially since we're playing with Evan Bouchard, I'm loving the assist prop. But what really makes this combo great is when you're pairing it with the goals allowed within the first 10 minutes. So someone has to score within the first 10 minutes, whether it's Florida or Edmonton. And in this case, if it's Edmonton scoring, it's pretty likely that Evan Bouchard is going to get that assist. Of course, he starts the game and he's probably going to get 2-3 good shifts within that first 10 minutes. Same with Draisaitl. So imagine the perfect scenario, Evan Bouchard assist into Draisaitl's shot. That's going to be 1 out of 3 here. That's going to be a cash on Bouchard assist. And it happened within the first 10 minutes. That is going to be the goal allowed in the first 10 minutes cash. And that's basically what happened last game. Except last game we took Alexander Barkov, who we're still going to be taking this game because let's say Edmonton is not the one scoring in the first 10 minutes. At least you have the chance for both of these guys to cash. And then you're hoping for these guys to cash later within the game. So Barkov is that last play, and we'll go over to Pinnacle and just check the juice. And he does have slight juice towards the over. It's nothing crazy. You can see minus 119 towards the over, minus 112 towards the under. He did actually get 2 assists last game. I did watch last game, and all 3 of these props did cash within the first period, but unfortunately Evan Bouchard could not get that assist, but they had so many opportunities to get that. They're not going goalless again tonight. I'm still going to play this again, and this is definitely hitting more than 1 in 10 times, and since it's paying 10x, that is going to be a profitable bet for us. So that's a full slip for tonight, guys, and don't be surprised if I make this exact same slip in the next game.